Namaste and welcome to Times Health Plus. I'm Miss Vinita Sakpal, a senior nutritionist, here to guide you on a new topic, which is food and liver health. Okay, so if you all remember, we are coming with so much of content related to particular health conditions, particular health organs, and how food is impacting those particular organs, right? So far, I have been giving you a lot of tasks every week. Are you able to perform those tasks and see some results so far? If you are doing that, so please let me know so far how you're feeling, how certain changes have come, whether it's in your weight or energy levels or mood or whatever. So far, whatever the information you have grasped from this Times Health Plus, do let me know the impact that you have seen into your lifestyle. Okay, so with this, let's understand what we are going to learn today. Today we'll be focusing upon a particular organ which we often ignore, right? So if we see, we always talk about heart health, we always talk about gut health majorly, but we don't specifically talk about the liver health until and unless we see some sort of changes or some sort of imbalance in our liver health, right? This usually we also focus on liver when there is a blood test we do, and then we see there is a fatty liver or certain parameters are going up and down. So that time we become little alert about the liver. Why? Because usually when your liver is going in a disturbed state, we don't understand through its symptoms until and unless it's seen in a report or certain aches and pains are experienced, right? So majorly it's very important to understand what liver is doing certain functions in our body and why we need to focus upon it on daily basis. Okay, so that we are going to learn in today's session, that how what major work liver do in our body apart from just digesting certain things. We'll understand how it's so important to keep the liver health in a right check by introducing certain type of foods and avoiding particular types of food, because food play a major role in balancing your organ health. Okay, similarly we will understand some of the signs that relates to our imbalance in our liver. So certain signs and symptoms we will understand, and post that we'll be learning how certain habits, even a lifestyle habits, are contributing to liver dysfunction. So what all things we need to do to keep our liver health in a well balanced state. Okay, so this liver health session has been divided into two parts. Today we are just going to talk about the basics of liver health and what all foods are required for its healthy state, and in the next session we are going to touch upon on each and every health condition. Okay, so with this, let's first get in and understand what is liver. Okay, so liver is a largest gland. It's an organ that helps in cleaning our body. Okay, it is located right in the right side of your abdomen, right below your end of the rib cage, right? So over there, this liver is such kind of organ which keeps on working all 24/7 without any rest. Of course other organs also do that vigorous amount of activities, but liver is some such kind of organ which decides what to keep inside body, what to expel it from the body, how to regulate, how to convert. Major task has been done by the liver. Okay, so that's the reason we say that it's a non-stop overtime or always working kind of organ, which for which we need to understand its function so that we can give him the adequate time period to always repair our systems. Okay, so if you see in our societies there is a garbage system, right? So every a person comes who cleans the complete premises, who removes all the garbage from the society, and your society looks very clean. Similarly the liver do this cleaning work. It is the organ which decides what to keep inside your body and what to expel it from your body. Okay, so it's like a filter plant, right? It removes everything which is unwanted for your body. So where can we say something like, you don't require any sort of detox diet or any sort of detox juices or any sort of detox salads to clean your body systems or to clean your internal uh, waste. Your liver is responsible to clean it. Your liver do all the detoxification works very naturally, so there is no need of a particular diet that you need to follow to detox your body. Liver has that system and he do it very vigorously. Okay, fine. Now let's understand the major function of liver. So as I mentioned, it helps to remove toxin. It detoxifies the body. So what happens on regular basis? We eat a lot of food which has preservatives, certain additives inside it, certain chemicals are added inside it. Poor quality oil is there, or excess sugar is going, or excess salt is going in the body, or maybe because of the stress, because of alcohol, or processed items that we consumed, or refined flour that we consume, which is maida. So even if we consume on and off or regularly or occasionally, still whenever it enters in your body, it is a unwanted substance, it is a harmful substance. They are the substance which your body really don't want to stay inside it, right? So what you have to do is, uh, what is important for the liver to do is to understand these all toxins that are coming from different sources, and to decide which is good or how we need to remove it out of the body. So it is the one which collects these all toxins and bring it out from your body through urine or through stools. Okay, so when these toxins are going out of your body, your blood becomes very clean, because toxins usually travels to the blood to reach to liver or to get it out of the body, right? So if your toxins are removed from the body, automatically your blood remains clean, and therefore there won't be any pressure on your heart also to do a lot of cleaning of the blood, right? So number one, it detoxifies the toxins, okay, the body. Number two, it helps in fat digestion also. So if you see that whatever the food that we consume, it does have some sort of fats, right? It can be coming from nuts, seeds, or your oils, or certain butter, ghee, cheese, whatever that you're putting inside your body. That fat needs to get digested pretty well, and that fat will only be digested when your liver will produce bile and store in your gallbladder, so that whenever the fat is there in your stomach going through the food, the bile is released to break down that complex molecules of fats into the simpler molecules, so that it can further helps in metabolism and absorption. Okay, so to digest your fat properly, bile is required, and for the bile, your liver is responsible to produce this bile. Okay, now number three, it helps in controlling the cholesterol also. Now how? So usually what happens when we naturally also, your liver is producing certain cholesterols. Why? Because this cholesterol is used up in multiple other functions, like making hormones, or for your fat absorption, and multiple for digesting particular thing, multiple things. Okay, now along with the natural cholesterol that has been produced in the liver, if we are consuming food which are high in fats, okay, then there is little extra formation of cholesterol in the liver, okay, because we are consuming poor quality of fats. Secondly, if we are consuming too much amount of sugars, then that sugar will be converted, the excess amount of sugars will be converted into fats in your body, and so this excess fats get stored in your liver. So the moment there is a high amount of cholesterol formed in a liver, it will increase triglycerides and LDL, which is low density lipoprotein. Okay, it's a bad cholesterols. Okay, so this bad cholesterol will be produced in excess amount, and that will be circulated in your body, right? So if this bad cholesterol will circulate in your body, of course you will experience certain heart disorders, right? So this liver usually helps to control the cholesterol. Liver can naturally make it understand what to keep in your body and how to expel it from your body, right? Number 4, it also balances the sugar levels. So whatever the food, carbohydrate food you are consuming, that food is getting converted into glucose in our body. So now the glucose, whatever the amount glucose has been formed, some will be used for regular functioning of your body. The excess or remains will go in a liver and muscle for the storage. So when glucose goes in a liver for a storage, it is called glycogen. Okay, and that glycogen will be used when there is sudden drop in your sugar levels, when there is sudden drop in your energy levels. That time these glycogens are being used for the energy purpose. Okay, so this is how it helps to balance the sugar levels. It makes sure that too much of glucose will not stay in the bloodstream. Jitna chahiye utna it will be used up, remaining will go for the storage in the liver. Okay, and lastly, even for the hormonal balance, liver is very important, because the hormones are naturally made from the fats. Of course, the estrogen or a cortisol, like estrogen is a hormone which helps to keep our cycles in a regular check, the female period cycles in a regular check. And secondly, the cortisol is a stress hormone which again brings in the control when your liver is functioning pretty well. Okay, but when your liver becomes weak, imbalance in multiple things, overloaded with multiple unwanted things, then somehow we would start experiencing healthy health issues, or a disease are experienced. Okay, so this were all the major function of liver. Not just detoxify certain things, it helps in fat metabolism, controls the cholesterol, balances the sugar level, and also balance the hormonal health. Okay, fine. With this, now let's talk about the common problem that we usually face on regular basis. We nowadays are seeing that many individuals are experiencing fatty liver. I think this word you all must have heard a lot, right? So fatty liver, usually that initially it used to happen because people used to take a lot of alcohol. So this disease was introduced to us when person is having too much of alcohol, and that alcohol used to lead to fatty liver conditions. But now we are experiencing non-alcoholic fatty liver conditions also. That means somehow our food intake or poor lifestyle cycle has impacted so much that the person who is not even consuming alcohol, still they are having this fatty liver conditions. So how this usually happens? Number 1, so fatty liver usually happens when there is, first of all, excess amount of fats that are going through your processed foods, through your maida related products, the food, the packaged materials which has a lot of preservatives, food additives, emulsifiers, stabilizers, poor quality oils or trans fats which are there inside it. These all kind of products, when we consume, whether it's in the form of a paratha or a burger or a pizza or a pasta or sandwiches, whatever you have from the outside source, these all fats, if goes inside your body and and you are a sedentary lifestyler where there is a poor physical activity, then is excess fat that is got from the food goes in a storage, right? Little amount acceptable by the liver, but if the amount keeps on increasing, then there is a load on the liver. Then liver won't be able to metabolize this excess fat, right? And this excess fat will somehow starts converting into the bad cholesterol rather than a good cholesterol. So bad cholesterol are all LDL and triglycerides, right? And when these keep on increasing, it will for sure have an impact on our heart health, right? So fatty liver usually happens when there is high intake of fats, and number 2, when there is high intake of sugars. So there is one mechanism in our body, when a sugar is coming from any source of food, and if it's an excess amount, few will be used up for the regular functioning, remaining will go for the storage. But if that storage keeps on increasing in amount, then that excess amount will get converted into fats. This sugar gets converted into fats. The process is called de novo lipogenesis. So this process, when the fat is being produced in excess amount, this fat again circulates throughout your body. It will make your digestion more sluggish, make you feel more acidic, indigestion will happen, bloating you will experience, frequent tiredness will be experienced. Why? Because your liver is overloaded in metabolizing this excess unwanted materials, right? You might experience bloating also because there is excess fat in your food plus in your liver, right? You will experience dark color urine even after taking good amount of water. If your liver is overloaded with a lot of toxins and unwanted substances, then you will experience dark urine. And of course your appetite will also become little poor. Then you must have heard to people saying that I eat very less, still how could I got fatty liver? I mean, in today's world, even a person who is lean, who is underweight, they are having fatty liver issues. The reason is the amount of carbs and fats has increased so much that somehow the body is unable to digest it and it goes into a storage. So your appetite becomes poor because the fat makes you feel little heavy and sluggish, right? So these are certain small signs. The moment you feel that there is frequent bloating, there is frequent tiredness, your appetite is going poor, there is acidity, indigestion issues, it's not because only because your gut has been compromised, it is also sometimes because your liver has been compromised. Okay, so we should never ignore these early stages. These are the symptoms, or these are the signs that tells us that we need to look towards our internal body system. Okay, fine. Now let's understand the role of liver in digestion. So when food enters into your body, we all know there is a digestion that happens right from your mouth, then your stomach, then in intestine, and then excess extra, which is waste, will go out of your body, right? This is a simple digestive system. Now in this whole process, what is happening when you are having a food in which a fat is there, right? We always make food with a fat source, whether it's a ghee, whether it's oil, whatever. Now when this fat is going inside your body, it needs to first broken down into small particles, then only your body will be able to digest it. Now this breaking down work is being done in particular mechanism. What happens? Your liver is producing naturally certain cholesterol. Okay, now that cholesterol gets converted into bile. Okay, bile is a liquid kind of yellowish substance. This bile gets stored inside a gallbladder. Okay, now when the food is coming from your from your mouth, from your stomach to a small intestine, then there will be a signal sent to a gallbladder to release this bile. Now, when this bile is released, this bile will help to break down the bigger molecules of fats into smaller molecules, right? And after the smaller molecules, then with the other enzyme, it will get digested and enter these molecules in the intestinal cells. Now from the intestine, it will participate, or it will penetrate in the bloodstream, which is a portal vein, and from there it will directly go in the liver for the storage. There the further mechanism will happen, right? So when the fat digestion will happen, when the bile is being released properly in our small intestine. So if the bile is not being produced sufficiently, or if the bile is not being used properly for the breakdown, then there will be a fat malabsorption leading to bloating, okay, or certain acidity also. So if you experience bloating, acidity, first of all, of course, the food type we need to monitor. Secondly, it could be that your bile is not being produced effectively to absorb or to digest these fats. Okay. Number one major function of liver is to digest the fat. Number two is to absorb the fat soluble vitamin. Now, vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, and vitamin K. These are four fat soluble vitamins, okay, which which gets to our body through the food source only. So what it does, this fat soluble vitamins always bind with fat, okay, so that their absorption will become better because they are fat soluble vitamins. So when it binds with the fat in the food and it enters the small intestine, then this bile will be released to absorb, to break it down and to absorb that particular vitamin in our intestine, so that these all fat soluble vitamins can enter into bloodstream and then go towards the liver for the storage. So major storage of your body is the liver. That's why it is called the largest gland, where it stores everything inside it. Okay. So number one, fat digestion. Number two, fat soluble vitamins are well absorbed because of liver, which is functioning pretty well. Okay. Number three, it supports the metabolism. So when the food is getting well digested, nutrients are getting well absorbed in the intestine, these nutrients are going in a liver for the storage, and that stored nutrients will be used whenever there is need in the body. So when these functions are happening pretty well, your energy levels are well maintained throughout the day, because of which your metabolism becomes better. Everything is functioning pretty well, your liver is functioning pretty well, your metabolism becomes better, and there will be no indigestion. Okay. Now, apart from this, what liver does, it also stores extra glucose inside it. How? So whatever the food that we are consuming, if it's get converted into the glucose, right, in the body. Now that glucose will be used for the energy purpose, for your multiple things. Like even if I'm raising my hand or I'm talking, here my energies are being used up. So there this glucose will be used. Now apart from that amount of glucose, if extra amount of glucose stays in your body, that extra glucose will go to the liver and muscle for the storage. When it goes into the liver or a muscle for a storage, that glucose is named as glycogen. Okay, so it is an extra glucose that has come in the liver. Now, this glycogen will be used up when you are starving or when you are fasting, when the food supply is less in your body, when your blood sugar levels are dropping. That time, these glycogens are being used up. Or when you do certain exercise, that time this glycogen will be used from the muscles. Okay, but if it's not being used up, then it's get into fat storage, fat conversion. Okay, so number one, again, fat digestion. It helps in absorbing the fat soluble vitamins, supports the metabolism, stores the extra glucose. Without liver support, digestion will not happen adequately, because maximum storage is going towards the liver, right? So if we want the digestion to happen smoothly, first of all we need to focus upon what type of food we are consuming, and your liver need to produce bile in a right way so that the fats will be absorbed in an adequacy. Okay, so this is how digestion is connected with the liver. Okay, of course gut health also play a major role in digesting your food, but liver also plays major role in absorbing the fats. Okay, fine. Now let's understand a connection of food and liver. Okay, now very first line it has been mentioned that whatever we eat, liver process it. Means what? So the type of the food that we consume, whether it's a simple well balanced meal, then it will segregate carbs, proteins, fats. Carbs will be converted into glucose, excess will go in a storage of our liver. Then your fats will be converted into smaller parts because of the bile that is produced by the liver, and that good fat will go in the storage. So all these things, if the right type of food you're consuming, then your liver will be stored with the right nutrients. Okay, but if we consume the poor quality food like a junk food, when we consume a junk food, what is happening? Preservatives are going in your body, poor quality of oil is going in your body, excess sugar is going in your body, excess salt is going in your body, or maybe maida related products are going, which is starchy in nature, no fiber at all. So when these junk foods are going, it could be through burger, pizza, pasta, any street food, momos, whatever you want to name it. When it goes inside your body, it it is supplying extra amount of the nutrients, right? For example, the chemicals which are harmful chemicals, extra is being released. Fats, extra amount is being released. Sugars, extra amount is being released in the body. This extra, when it goes in the liver has to work extra to minus it out, to bring out all the toxins from the body, to bring out all the unwanted food from the body, right? So when extra workload is being given, your liver is under a stress, right? When your liver is going under a stress, automatically it experiences certain kind of inflammation, because some or the other time it will give up to work that effectively, right? If it's happening once in a while, acceptable. Your body, your liver is very smart to bring out all these toxins. But if every weekly there is some sort of junk food that is going in your body, then somehow your liver will be overburdened. Okay. Number 3, alcohol has a very direct connection with the liver damage. So whenever alcohol is going, your liver becomes very sensitive and it prioritizes to metabolize alcohols as quickly as possible. So complete focus will go on the liver. Okay, complete focus will go on the liver to complete focus will go on the alcohol to metabolize from your body. So when the focus of a liver is completely on the alcohol metabolism, then the fat metabolism becomes slow, detoxification of toxins becomes slow, other functions, storage things become slow. So when other functions are becoming slow, what is happening? Alcohol is getting metabolized, but fats are getting stored, toxins are getting stored inside your body, because of which liver is becoming inflamed. Okay. And this alcohol, if we are continuously consuming, of course fats and toxins are getting stored, but alcohol starts rupturing the liver cells. Therefore liver injury will be seen more. Okay. So when your alcohol plus the accumulation or toxins accumulation increases, your liver is going towards the damage state. Okay. So right from fatty liver is the initial stage, and ending up with cirrhosis is the extreme stage. Okay. So this is all inflammatory stages. So anybody who see grade 1 fatty liver, there itself you have to become alert that what you are consuming. Okay. Number 4, as mentioned, excess sugars goes in your body, converts into fat, and that's how fatty liver happens. So only fat is not responsible for fatty liver, even sugars are responsible for fatty livers. Okay. Number 5, balanced food. So now this is a positive point. Now when you have a well balanced meal, like a whole grain is there in your diet, or proteins are there, healthy fats are there in your diet, good vegetables and fruits you are consuming to get good fiber content in your diet, right? Water intake is sufficient in your body. So when you have this well balanced food on regular basis, your liver starts to heal naturally. So if there is a damage, for example, you have reached the fatty liver stage, like grade 1 stage. Now you will wonder, how should I reverse this condition? If you introduce well balanced diet for good 3 to 6 months with all the consistency and discipline, you will see that naturally liver is healing. It is reversing the fatty liver into the normal state. But this usually happens in the early stage of damage. If you reach to the chronic stage of damage, then the reversal becomes very difficult. But in the early stage, you can surely reverse it by having a well balanced diet. Okay. Now this says that whatever you eat decides how your liver health will be. So your liver health is completely dependent upon what type of food you are introducing to your body, because any type of food which has high fats, high sugar, high toxins, harmful substances will have an impact on our body, right? So that's the reason food is an essential part. Food is not just for your palate, to satisfy your taste or to satisfy your hunger. Food is information that we are sending to our body, and body decides whether it's good for your body systems or whether it's bad, and that's how it starts impacting, right? Okay, so this is the food and liver connection. I hope I'm able to help explain things more easily. If there is any queries, you can put down in the comment section. We will surely discuss in brief. Okay, fine. Now let's understand role of gut in the liver health. Here, what is happening? Um, in the gut health, usually in the gut, basically the digestion is happening, right? All the food is coming in the stomach, food is getting well digested, then it has been passed on to small intestine where the nutrient absorption happens. Okay, because there is a good gut bacteria in your intestine, this bacteria helps to absorb this nutrients and pass on to liver through the portal vein, pass on to liver through the bloodstream, basically. So liver stores this whole nutrients and supply this nutrients to whole body parts wherever it requires. Okay, whether it's vitamins, whether it's minerals, carbs, proteins, fats, whatever it is, all these nutrients are passed on by the gut, and it will be absorbed only if your gut health is proper, if there is good gut bacteria in your intestine. Okay, so now if the digestion is poor, what is happening? If the food that is heavy in nature, there is some sort of ferment when food stays in your stomach for longer duration and it's not getting well digested, it starts to ferment, and when there is a fermentation, bad bacterial growth increases. Okay, when there is this bad bacterial growth, then it will hinder the nutrient absorption. So even though through that food some good nutrients must have come, still because of the bad bacteria it will not get well absorbed. So what happens? These all bad bacteria create lot of toxins over there. Now this toxins, if it's overloaded in the intestinal part, then it will start getting penetrated in the bloodstream, and from there it will go to liver. So now this excess amount of toxins are going through the intestine to liver. Simultaneously toxins comes what we inhale, the pollution that goes inside your body, then it also develops when there is stress inside your body. So all these toxins are going to the liver only for the detoxification. Now liver is experiencing excess amount of toxins, and liver has to work extra to detoxify these all toxins, right, to remove all these toxins. So because of the poor digestion, your liver is now overloaded to remove those toxins. Okay, so this is the first condition that happens if a digestion is going for a toss. Number 2, when there is constipation, what happens? Food remains in your intestines. Sorry, what happens? The food is in the stomach, it's get digested. Somehow, it's not getting fully digested, and it get fermented, and it goes inside the intestine. A lot of fermentations and toxins are being formed. Right now, apart from this, if your food material is missing out with fiber or it's lacking with water, then that waste material stays in your intestine for longer duration and it starts to solidify, it becomes hard in nature. That is what constipation is. So when the constipation is experienced by anybody, the toxins which are there in this waste material starts to reabsorb in the blood. And now this reabsorbed toxins, when travel to the liver has to again detoxify them. What liver has done? All the toxins he is releasing through the stool or a urine. Now if the stool is been hardened, it's constipated, again it has been reabsorbed through the blood and it goes to liver. Again liver has to work to detoxify the toxins. So repetitive work liver is doing, and liver is loaded with this excess amount of work. Okay, now with this so constipation is one of the cause for your liver overburden also. Number 3, if there is gas acidity, again it will create a stress on the liver, because gas acidity, gas usually leads to fermentation. right? Bad bacterial growth are increased, and because of that nutrients are not being well absorbed. Okay. Acidity, because fat stays inside your stomach for longer duration, unable to get well absorbed by the bile produced, and this excess amount of fats will make you feel little overburdened in your gut area. It will make you feel heavy and sluggish, and when there is a poor physical activity, it will start to reflux, and therefore we experience the acidity. So if there is gas, if there is acidity, that means some toxins are there in our body, some unwanted materials are staying in our body, and that is creating stress to your liver, because ultimately that's going to go towards your liver for the detoxification. So if your gut is clean, your liver will be well sorted. He'll be able to do his regular task easily. But if your gut is unclean, all the toxins that are overloaded in the gut transforms to liver, and liver has to do extra work. Okay, this is how gut and liver is connected. So we saw two connection, food and liver. Now we saw about gut and liver. Okay, fine. Now let's understand then now which are the nutrients which are beneficial for your liver health. Number one, proteins. Proteins are one of the important nutrients for every sort of repair and tear and damage that happens in our body. Okay, so if your liver is overburdened with multiple things, and if alcohol is going in your body, of course your liver cells are getting stressed and they will start bursting out, right? So to repair this all cells or to generate new cells, protein are the one which is responsible. So you have to make sure that you meet your daily requirement of proteins, so that your liver cells stays in a healthy state and will be able to remove all the unwanted material, or to do its storage work, or to do the conversion works easily. Okay. Next, fiber is also one of the important thing, because fiber, first of all, it helps to remove toxin by binding with it. So if a fiber is there into your diet sufficiently, it will first bind with the toxin, and that will be removed from your waste. Okay. Similarly, fiber helps to keep your stools in a right consistency. Therefore, toxin removal becomes easy. So that's the reason fiber need to be in a good amount. 30 to 40 grams of fiber an adult should consume. Okay. Apart from that, fiber is also responsible to reduce the cholesterol in your body. What it does, wherever the so basically fiber is like a broom that works in our arteries and veins. Okay, in our blood vessels. So if there is any sort of cholesterol that is blood that's there in a bloodstream, and if a fiber is there sufficient into your diet, this fiber will again bind with the cholesterol, and it will help to get out of the body. Okay, so that's the reason fiber is one of the important nutrient that helps in a toxin removal. Number three, antioxidants, which helps in protection of your liver. So what is antioxidant basically? Now as I mentioned so much about toxins, right, or inflammation, how it happens in our body, we inhale so much of unwanted material from a food source. We take a lot of junk kind of materials, whether it's chemical based or whether it's some unwanted materials that are going in our body through food, or there is alcohol consumption, or there is certain sort of stress that is being induced in the body, or if there is hormonal imbalance. So because of all these conditions, your your body is under a stress, right? And because of that, some inflammation happens. So when unwanted material stays in your body, it 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 forms certain compounds which are incomplete in nature, called as free radicals. Okay, now these free radicals are very smart. They want to complete themselves and become stable in the body, so they look for certain chemicals or certain nutrients around them, from where they can take one electron to make them stable, right? So in this whole process, what happens, they take good nutrients to make them stable, right? So good nutrients are used up over there, and your nutrient becomes sluggish or inactive, and therefore it will not be used for the main function of that particular nutrients. So in this whole process, when the free radicals are produced in excess amount in the body, inflammation increases in the body. Now antioxidants are the one which ruptures this free radicals and bring it out of our body. What are antioxidants? They are majorly present in vitamin C and vitamin E sources, okay, which helps for the protection. So if there is liver who is inflamed because of excess sugar, excess fat, or certain toxins which is there inside it, then antioxidant will be the one which will help to rupture these all unwanted materials. Okay. Number 4, B vitamins. So any form of energy that need to be produced in our body, B vitamins are important. Specifically B1, B2, B3 and B6 and folate. These are like important B vitamins which helps in managing your energy production. So if energy supply is sufficient throughout your day, you will be able to do your work vigorously, and even liver will be doing its work vigorously and easily, right? If because the energy supply is sufficient. But if B vitamins are not present, then somehow you will feel tired and sluggish throughout the day because your liver is loaded to do particular task. Okay. And lastly, healthy fats. Healthy fats bring balance in the body. Now how? When you provide healthy fats through the diet, it is increasing good cholesterol in the body, and it is reducing the bad cholesterol, right? But if the fats, when it goes in imbalance, then somehow your body will start storing bad quality of fat, leading to triglycerides, LDL cholesterols, VLDL cholesterol and whatnot, right? So if a healthy fat is going in your body, it brings balance, and there is less load on the liver to convert fats, to convert cholesterol into bile. Okay. So 5 things are very important: protein, fiber, antioxidants, B vitamins and healthy fats. Now all these 5 nutrients which I've mentioned comes from some or the other food sources, right? That we will be understanding now. So from your fruits, you will get all the antioxidants. From vegetables, you will get antioxidant plus fiber, right? From grains, you will get B vitamins. From pulses, you will get good source of fibers and proteins. Okay. From fluids, it will help to flush out all the toxins through the urine, right? So that's how here I have segregated. If you want to understand what you should take in fruits, majorly the fruits which are like papaya, apple, citrus, good water rich fruits will also be necessary for your liver cleaning. Okay. Vegetables like gourd vegetables, which are bottle gourd, rich gourd, snake gourd, then carrots, beetroots, helps to detoxify very nicely. And your leafy greens, they are the one which is loaded with fibers, antioxidants, really help to remove all the unwanted material from the body and keeps your stools also into right consistency. Grains which are unpolished, okay, which are whole, so brown rice or rice which is unpolished, or varieties of millets like ragi, jawar, bajra, very good for your liver health because it is providing B vitamins and fiber along with it. Same goes with pulses, all the dals, all the legumes, sprouts, chole rajma, even your dairy items like paneer, these all will give good protein source. This will really help to repair your damaged liver. Okay. And lastly, fluids like coconut water, jeera water. It can be any herbal water or infused water or concoctions which are made from the natural food sources. If you incorporate into your diet, will be really helpful to flush out the unwanted material from your body. So all the natural foods supports the detoxification. It helps to remove the unwanted material from the body. So that's the reason we need to focus on the foods which are very close to the nature, which is less processed, which is not refined, which is as fresh as possible. And that's how when you prepare the meals out of it, it becomes way healthier compared to adding a lot of masalas, cheese and whatnot. Okay, fine. Now let's understand the foods that usually harms the liver. Okay. So fried foods. Why fried foods? It sucks so much of oil inside it, and that oil, if it's not fresh and it is reused oil, even more worsening the case for the liver health. Okay. So fried foods, whether it's deep fry, whether it's shallow fry, it is it is giving excess amount of fats to our body, right? Preferably go for a methods which are grilling, baking, air frying, or even sauteing, steaming, boiling. These are like suitable cooking methods where oil has been not used in excess amount, where the oil requires very less in amount. Okay, fried items generally contains poor quality oils, palm oil, canola oil, refined oils, vegetable oil, trans fats like dalda, vanaspati, margarines. So best is to always uh, have the cold pressed oils and natural ghee that you make it at home, and make your recipes in that. Okay, that is number one. Number two, bakery items. If you see, all the bakery items are made with the help of refined flour, which is maida. What is maida? It is way processed version of wheat, right? It is so much highly processed that all the fibers, all the vitamins are being out of it, and what stays is the starch. So the starch, which is simple in nature, when it goes inside our body, first of all, starch has a sticky nature, so sticks in our intestine for long duration, leading to a lot of fermentation. And if excess fermentation happens, bad bacterial growth will increase, toxins will form excess, and therefore these toxins will penetrate and go towards the liver for storage, right? So bakery items, avoid, we need to avoid it, because poor quality oils, excess sugar is added, maida is being used up, so this becomes very unhealthy and overburdening for our liver health. Okay, excess sweet, what does, when excess amount of sweets are being consumed or sugar is going in our body, whether it's in hidden way or whether you are adding too much in your mithais, this excess sugar will get converted into fats, and when fats are increasing in your levels, will increase your LDL and TG levels a lot, and that's how we start getting cholesterol issues. Okay, so no excess sweets, no bakery items, no fried foods. Lastly, anything that is packaged and processed. If you see the label which has been mentioned on the front and the back, front always talks about the good thing. It is loaded with fiber and whatnot added into it, fortified with some vitamins and minerals. But when you flip that, when you read the ingredient levels, if the first three four ingredients are unhealthy, like if refined flour has been mentioned, sweets are been mentioned, like sugars are been mentioned, some vegetable oils are been mentioned, high sodium has been mentioned, it's unhealthy for your body. Simultaneously, if a lot of chemical names are mentioned over there, like emulsifier, stabilizer, acidity regulator, additives, certain color agent, some preservatives with some numbers and chemical names which we are foreign to it, we're not understanding exactly from where these all have come, then these all are chemicals which your body really don't require it, and these all chemicals will somehow increases the inflammation in our body. So packaged products, you have to be very cautious of what you're purchasing and what you're putting inside your body. Next is about the soft drinks. Soft drinks, if you see aerated drinks, it contains soda and it contains a lot of sugar inside it and certain colors. So no good nutrients you are getting out of it. It is all empty calories. And if we are sedentary lifestylers, these calories we are not going to even burn it. So everything goes into the storage and of course gets converted into fats. That's how the fatty liver usually happens, because of all these five things that I've mentioned now. Okay, and lastly, the alcohol. Alcohol, of course, damages the liver cells, and it creates so much of heavy impact on the liver to metabolize it, that it forgets to metabolize fats and toxins. And therefore, the complete focus is on the alcohol to get reduced in the body. So somehow we are overloading the liver, and this overloading the liver will someday will stop functioning, and then it will start showing the results like fatty liver grade 3 or cirrhosis, acute cirrhosis, chronic cirrhosis, and encephalopathy, where a person reaches to liver transplant stage. Okay, so small habits if we do on regular basis, like bad habits if we follow it on regular basis, will have surely impact on the liver. But if we are being little mindful, little conscious about our choices, we can still reverse the liver conditions pretty easily. Okay, fine. Now let's come to the water. As we know, we all talked about all the nutrients, but we often ignore the water intake. We always say, no, today I drank 1 liter, that is enough for me. Today I drank 1.5 liter, that's enough for me. No, an individual should never go below 2 liters anytime. You have to make sure that you go above 2 liters. 2 liters is 8 glasses. So 8 to 10 glasses daily is like a minimum intake. If you can increase more to 3 liters and more than that, very good for your body. Now, depends on individuals, how much physical activity you are doing, what is the season, how much food intake is there. According to that, however the thirst has been generated, you can just go beyond 10 glasses. Okay, but 8 to 10 glasses is the minimum daily intake. Now, what does this water do? It flushes out the toxins from your body through the urine, right? So unwanted materials are passing through the urine. Number two, it makes the bile consistency in particular way so that it flows very easily, right? So bile can come out, ooze out of the gallbladder and then participate in the fat metabolism very easily. So to maintain that consistency, water is important. Secondly, water helps to improve the digestion. How? So when the food is being digested or it's been broken down and it pass on to the small intestine, over them whatever the nutrients are being absorbed, that nutrients are absorbed in the presence of water, because water is the one which carries everything from one cell to the another cell. So nutrients that goes into the liver for the storage, if they are coming out of it and your blood consistency is well maintained because of water, then it will travel very easily to all the cells of your body. So that's how it improves the digestion. And lastly, it reduces the liver stress, because water is the one which take all these toxins and then quickly pass on through the urine or through the stools. Also, it keeps the stools consistency also very soft and intact, right? So that's the reason water is equally important compared to other nutrients also, right? Now today we just talked about the food part, right? Now let's come to the lifestyle part also. Not only the food intake impacts your liver health, but even if there is a poor lifestyle, then even that impacts our liver health. Number one is late night uh, being awakened at late night and binge eating at late night. This both the things will damage your liver. Why? Because right from 10 p.m. to 2 p.m., your liver is super activated. That's the liver time to get activate and detoxify all the things from your body. So during this duration, if we are not sleeping and we are awakened, then post that whenever you go to sleep, like around 2 o'clock or 1 o'clock, if you go to sleep, the duration to detoxify the toxins from your body becomes less, and therefore your liver won't be able to function that adequately. So if you want to repair your liver at night time or to function pretty well at night time, to detoxify unwanted things from your body, you need to sleep before 11 p.m. anyhow, so that you give sufficient time to liver to remove the unwanted materials from the body. That is one. Number two, stress usually affects the liver enzymes. How? Because whenever there is an increase in stress, cortisol levels are going high. Whenever there is a high cortisol level, you get an urge to eat something to comfort yourself, right? So to eat anything and to comfort yourself, always we go to the sugary items or salty items, right? And when we consume that in that emotion, because we are under stress, we will binge eat. And when excess amount of food is going at wrong time in an excess amount, therefore your liver enzymes are getting affected, because the metabolism is being affected because of this excess amount of food. Unwanted food has come in your body at a wrong time. Okay. Number three, skipping meals hurts the liver. Skipping meals, as in what happens, if we skip one of the meal, the hunger has been generated, and at the next meal we overeat a lot, right? Because we have skipped the meal, your energy levels have gone down, your body is asking for the energy, and therefore we eat extra. Now extra amount of food when goes into your stomach, it's a stress on your gut also, and it's a stress on your liver also, because excess storage is going at a one go, and then your liver has to work extra. Okay. And when there is no physical activity in your routine, the fat will start to build up. right? So fat, how it has been burned in the body when you do certain kind of physical activity. So if that is not happening, fat will start accumulating over there, and that's how the fatty liver is experienced. Okay, so routine is very much important to protect your liver health. If you sleep, eat on time without skipping any meal, if you hydrate very well, if you sleep on time, if you exercise well, automatically your liver health will be well metabolized, or it will be in a well function. Okay, fine. With this, what daily you should do then? You should eat on time, add lots of fiber through your fruits, vegetables every day. Make sure 50% of vegetable is there in your plate. Drink warm water in the morning so that your metabolism becomes soothing. Walk for at least 20 to 30 minutes every day, and sleep before 11 p.m. so that your liver will get sufficient time to do its work at night time. Okay, fine. With this, now I have come up with the task of the week. What you have to do is, you have to just follow four things. Number one, drink warm water every morning. Whenever you get up, immediately take a warm water. Okay. Number two, eat two vegetables every day. Okay. Number three, avoid fried foods. Number four, walk at least 20 minutes every day. Whether it's a brisk walk or a normal walk, walking is must. The more the movement, more the calories will be burned. Okay, so this four thing you have to do for this particular week, and see how you feel a difference in your energy levels, in your moods, in your eating patterns. And that's how you have to share the experience with us, either in the next session or through the Instagram page, which is health Times Health Plus. You can tag us, and you can get a chance to win the wellness goodies also. So do participate, because when you participate, you understand how to apply the theory in our lifestyle and how to enhance our lifestyle. Okay, so with this, let's get open to our Q&A session. If anybody has any questions, I can quickly take them right away. Since we are about to finish the session, I can take more 5 minutes to answer all your queries. So if there is anything that is related to liver health, or anybody in your family is suffering from liver health, please do type a question in the comment section, so that I can help you out to understand and explain you how you can overcome these all issues. Yes, quickly, you can just put the questions. Otherwise, I'll then wind up with the session, because we are about to finish the lecture. Yes, anybody who wants to know about the liver health, or even in general, if anything else you want to ask, you can surely ask in the comment section. I want people to get participated. I want you to be active, because more you become active, more you ask questions, you resolve your queries plus others queries who are not asking questions. So it will be helpful for everybody. Yes, okay, one person has said, ma'am, my mom is suffering from overweight resulting in sleep apnea and knee pain. Liver health for this, please. Yes, so knee pain, of course, because there's an overweight issues. There's a pressure on your joints, and if the proteins are less, the muscles are weak, then somehow that pressure is directly absorbed by your joints and your bones, right? So we need to first focus on reducing the weight. And as you mentioned, there is a sleep apnea, of course. Now sleep apnea has a two condition. If there is an obstruction between your nasal passage, because of that sleep apnea happens, or if there is some internal disturbance in the hypothalamus, then it happens the sleep apnea. But usually it's all because of the obstructive, and when this obstructive happens, when there is little fat accumulation around our sinus points, right? Now what happens when there is this both issues, if it's she's experiencing, the major cause is the food intake. As mentioned today also, if you focus on a balanced meal, eating on time, making sure every plate has more fiber, more protein into your diet, and your carbs are well maintained, if you're not having maida related products, no sugary processed items, no outside meals at all, but just focusing on your home cooked meals, that home cooked meal also should be in less oil, not like shallow fry or a deep fry, then you will be able to see good change in your weight. How, see, losing weight is not a task if we understand the crux of our balanced plate. In a plate there should be 50% of vegetable, Cooked vegetable, salad vegetable. Good half the plate should be filled with the vegetables. Then one fourth section should be the proteins that comes from dal, paneer, or other sources. And one fourth section should be of millets. Rather than having refined products or unpolished grains, have with have millets into your diet because it have more of fiber. I'm not saying that you should leave wheat or we leave rice. Enhance the wheat and rice with fibers. Add vegetables into your rice, or have unpolished rice or brown rice. Same goes with whole wheat. Add some pulps inside it. Add some you can take a whole wheat and do not sieve the flour, you will get some fiber. Or you can add some seeds inside the dough. That's how you can enhance the fiber content of that uh, wheat and rice. Okay, so when you have this well balanced meal with a good probiotic drink, which is buttermilk, and you hydrate throughout the day like more than 10 glasses, you will see a good change in your weight. Okay, so when no weight loss will happen, automatically your knee pain and other things will also get subsided. Hmm, fine. Um, Anita ji says, I had severe jaundice in childhood. And I have frequent bloating and acidity, especially when skip meals or occasional fasting food or fried food. So, of course, as mentioned today, also, when there is bloating or when there is acidity and when you have a history of jaundice, that means your gut has been compromised. Okay, so when your gut has been compromised, that means your food is staying in your stomach for longer duration, it's getting fermented, and that's how bloating and acidity has been experienced. And when there is this food that stays in your body, of course, because of fermentation, excess gut bacteria, bad gut bacteria are being formed, and nutrients are not getting well absorbed. That's the reason you feel heaviness, sluggish, and tired, or lack of nutrients to your body. So what you need to do over here, firstly, make sure the food that you're consuming is no raw at all. It should be well cooked. Okay, so that your gut can digest it pretty well. Have meals on timing. Add good proteins, add good fibers into your diet. Fibers will really help to reduce acidity and bloating. No high spice into your diet. No products which are preserved. No products which are having salt inside it, like no chips, nothing like that. Have foods which are very close to nature. Adding vegetables, adding fruits into your diet will really help in bloating and acidity. Because as mentioned, the moment there is a gut issue, it will impact the liver. The nutrients are not getting well supplied to the liver, right? And the metabolism is also not happening that sufficiently. So for that reason, physical activity is must, eating on time is must. Your food should be well cooked thoroughly, nothing raw you should consume at all. Okay, and keep your food very simple, as simple as possible. Have majorly which is very soft in nature, so that your digestion becomes better. Avoid hard rotis or bhakris, which will make your digestion even worsen. Have everything which is very soft. Then gradually you will see some change into your gut health, and that will improvise your liver health also. Okay. Okay. Vidhatri ji says, if the stools are very sticky, though smooth, is there any issue? Yes. Sticky, that means your fats are being passed on through your stools. That means if there is excess amount of fats in your body, liver has to remove it out in some ways, right? So if you're doing physical activity, from there fats will be removed. But if not, if it's your sedentary lifestyle, then fat will be removed. The excess fat will be penetrated through your intestine into your waste, and from stools it will come out. So greasy stool, that means high fat into your diet or high fat accumulation into your liver. So try to avoid anything that is fatty in nature. No processed products, no packets products, because if you flip it, you will see some unhealthy food oil item over there. Okay, so try to avoid that. No sugary items also, because even excess sugars get converted into fats, right? Apart from that, improve your physical activity, increase your exercise as much as possible, so that you will be able to overcome these all conditions. Okay, meanwhile, do these small things whatever has been mentioned in today's kind of session. Please follow that as much as possible. You will surely be seen a difference into this kind of sticky stools. Okay, Fine. Now the thing is, all your queries, we have already crossed the time limit of the session. All your queries you can send to Times Health Plus. They'll share with me, then I'll revert to all your queries because we have already crossed the timeline. So with this, these all remaining questions can also be taken in the next session because we are surely going to talk about the liver only. Okay, so let's wind up with the session. I hope the session was more interactive. Try to apply as much as possible and do the task and eat with awareness. Okay, thank you, take care, and namaste.